remove an upgrade in both of their lists. That was the stipulation. They were able to do that. So I don't remember exactly what they said they removed. I think Joel said that he had swapped out Jin Urso. He put Jin Urso in instead of collision detector or something like that on Magva. And yeah, so this will be we're playing Salvage. Let me update here our scenario. And I am joined by Team USA champion, Mr. Republic himself, and 312 crew teammate extraordinaire. How is that for an introduction, Steven? Mr. Steven Weiland.
Honored to be here, Nick. Thanks for having me. Excited to see this match. Yeah, I would definitely say the Imperial, this looks quite strong, but if there's someone that can find a way to do more with less, I would say it's definitely Joel.
Yeah, not often do we see two Rebel TIE fighters in a list, AP5 making a sighting. So already half of Joel's list not shaping up to hit very hard, but it is Salvage, and there is a way to win, as we saw in the first game, with not really killing anything at all, but winning with Salvage. So that could be Joel's way to victory in this game. But on Mark's side, you'll see he's got some good crate carriers as well. I don't want to get too far ahead of it, though. We can break down the list as I'll open up betting. For anybody coming from the XVT Discord or server to watch this game, welcome. Welcome to 312. If you haven't been here before, it's been a while. Welcome back. Let me go over to our dashboard here on Streamlabs. I'll also give away our scenario die. I forgot to do that after game 2, but we'll do that before the game gets started. I need to pay out the bets for last game.
Yeah, sweet. That's a sweet scenario die you got, Nick.
Thank you.
Sweet scenario die.
You know, gallows humor. I guess I don't have to worry about them adding any more scenarios or changing it. So the die is going to last as long as the game lasts here in the community's hands. So, weird way to look at it, but it was something I thought about. It's like, oh hey, looks like I refuse to believe that Lee Holland has not been following us until just now. He literally played in the first season of this, and now he's finally following. I always get confused. It's like you guys aren't following us at all. But thanks for the follow.
How's it going, Lee?
What's up, Lee? All right, so let's break down these lists here. You want to take Mr. Snaggletooth himself?
Would love to. All right, so looking at the Rebel list, we've got AP5 in the Sheathipede. With Electronic Baffle, R4 Astromech, Phantom, and Chopper. So a whole bunch of droids running around in the Phantom too. Captain Rex with Enduring, Mark Sable Closure, and Targeting Computer. Not to forget about Suppressive Fire. So while you perform an attack against a ship other than Captain Rex, roll one fewer attack die. After Captain Rex defends, remove this card. At the end of the combat phase, if Captain Rex did not perform an attack this pass, remove this card. After Captain Rex is destroyed, remove this card.
Jeez, it's so bad. After he defends, he has to remove it. So I guess you have to shoot at him once, but it can be any kind of shot, right?
I think that's the case. It's been a long time since we've seen a Rex on a table.
That's true.
So
that's true.
Up next, a little bit more of a conventional Rebel TIE fighter. So Sabine Wren with Deadeye Shot and Precision Ion Engines. That might come in handy. Kio Venzi with Elusive and the Vector Cannons, given that turret rotate or systems boost for stress. And then Magva Yarrow in the U-Wing with the Pivot Wing, Captain Zebarelios, Jin Urso, and False Transponder codes. And then rounding out the list, we've got Hera Syndulla, Phoenix Leader, with Lone Wolf, Fire Control System, and Vector Cannons.
Woohoo! Lone Wolf. Pretty ironic. It's got to be a 0-2 of a friendly to use her ability. I assume that Lone Wolf will certainly not trigger unless something goes terribly wrong for Joel and no one's around anymore. So here on the right side, we've got a list that I almost refuse to believe is jank. Lucking into a Battle Over Endor Soon tier, basically with the ability to not be locked, to reroll dice, to have a force point, sensitive controls, shoot and barrel roll or boost. It's not an action after you shoot. He's very fun and very good. So you got your I6 there in the interceptor, and then we got Duchess at I5 here in the striker. Again with the errata, it's not a boost action, and Duchess can choose to do it or not. But good crate carrier, the strikers, because they could still be kind of squirrely and hold on to that box. She has Ion Limiter Override, Enduring, which is to me is so convenient that like, I wonder if he added Enduring to Duchess, if that was the change, because it's just like a good upgrade for salvage, right? Would be kind of convenient for Jank to be given that for this scenario. Skilled Bombardier, Concussion Bombs, and Electronic Baffle, and then you have Countdown with Ion Limiter Override, Deadeye Shot, Cluster Mines, and Targeting Computer. Okay, Cluster Mines, that could come into play for sure. They're huge tokens in this game. Valen Rudor has Crack Shot and Mark Stable Closure, and then of course, how could you forget about Night Beast with Disciplined and Deadeye Shot. Those are your lists. As betting is open for game 3 tonight, XVT final. Check out the X-Wing virtual tournaments held by a good friend of mine and just a swell guy, Mr. Tommy Adams. And we are ready to rock and roll. Salvage mission it is. Lone Wolf Hera. Yeah, right. Do not underestimate his rebel jank. What? What? I'm too old for this Twitch stuff. My mom asked me, she's like, how's it going twitching? I'm like, Mom, please. It's not what you say. Twitching.
It's a good thing JJ's not on the stream right now.
AP5 plus Terra plus Generoso makes stuff really hard to kill. Oh, I get that. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
It's good to have a Night Beast sighting on the table.
I know. Wasn't Night Beast at 1.2 points? Or was Night Beast just
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure Night Beast was a 2-pointer for. So there was. Night Beast had their time in the sun for a quick second.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely the worst version of the game was when that first period. Very bad.
Yeah, TIE Fighter with Focus of 8 is pretty good.
Great. Really solid for objectives, of course. Like, oh, I'll just do a blue maneuver, focus, and scramble. Blue maneuver, focus, evade, have my crate on me. Whatever you need to do. How do I bet everything on Joel? Exclamation point, bet 1, all. But do a space after 1, a space before and after 1.
Well, Sabine's already in prime position to pick up a box on turn 2.
Countdown drops suppressive gunner for cluster mines. Oh, nice. Magva dropped collision detector. Got it. I think I misquoted and said. Oh no, I got that right. I thought I got that wrong. I think I got that right. Here comes the U-wing. You know what got me giddy doing our little points update? Making K2SO 4 points. Remains to be seen if that's a good choice or not, but...
I mean, I liked K2SO at, the pilot. Yeah, I think that's, that'll be interesting to see, because, I mean, U-wings are really good. Like...
They're really good, but somehow, like, hardly played.
I think the challenge is that when you've got so many quality pieces,
more obvious pieces,
and rebels,
right.
at 5 points, when you can take, Boy Luke or
Wedge.
Boy Wedge or, Fen, and the Rebel Fang Fighter. There's no shortage of quality options at 5 points, and I think it's, I think it's also one of those things where, when most of those ships can be, be in a position where like they don't need other ships to help them out. Whereas U-wings kind of have to, at least to a good degree, have to fly in the traditional rebel format. And I think over the last year, I think rebel players have found some secret sauce that it's not just like we're going to joust and share all of our tokens.
Yep.
That they're finding other ways to win matches.
It's not so secret. I think it's just called sauce.
Yeah.
The rebel sauce.
It used to be secret, and now it's not. Like the cat's out of the bag.
Keep the sauce secret. Keep the sauce safe, as Gandalf would say. Hands Frodo a jar of tomato sauce. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
I mean, I'd rather boil and mix them in a stew, but aw shucks.
So, I was talking to Cam Murray, because Cam Murray's like, if anybody knows Scum, it's Cam. He says that he thinks that Fen Rao would be fine at 5 points. I'm like hesitant to make Scum Fen Rao 5 points, even though I think I can see the argument, and I also obviously know. I know that he knows Scum.
I think that
because if you have 8-point Boba with a more serviceable loadout than he has right now that I gave him, and 5-point Fen, that's you have 7 points left over still. You do Boba Fen, you could do like a 4-ship list, Boba Fen, like a decent one.
I can see that. I mean, it's always one of those things though, where like I feel like there's so few players that really know how to fly Fen well, and I think the challenge is like when everyone else has got 5 and 6 ship lists, that Fen is can be vulnerable, and I think it's also one of those things where like the number of turret arc ships that Concordia just doesn't work on can also put him in a tricky spot. I wouldn't mind seeing a 5-point Fen. I think that could be fun. And if it's broken, then we'll know. Then you know it pretty quickly.
Okay, I'm gonna write this stuff down. He said with like 5. I think he said 5 to 10 loadout. So what you can give him? Maybe you give him enough to take Fearless Beskar. That's 6 points, right?
Yep. And it's not as if.
But Old T at 4, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with Lee saying that he has a horrible ability. Old Tarok, I wouldn't even come close to say it's a bad ability. Old T's ability is probably the worst of the non-Fen Fangs. When we're talking about Cad Solus exists, Cad Solus probably has the ability that almost never really comes into play in the history of the game, even not just 2.5. It's borderline irrelevant. Old Tarok's ability is borderline irrelevant? What? I don't agree with that at all. That's not true.
I mean, I guess it's one of those things where like
irrelevant.
The Scum faction is in a pretty rough spot unless if you're like wanting to continue to have Lee Mackay as the torchbearer, which I hope we can move away.
Move on from that.
And it's there's so few value pieces in Scum that Old T at 5, and I know I'm probably gonna get into some trouble is comparing cross factions. Like Old T at 5 points is not as good as like you're saying that Old T is just as good as Bowie Soontir, which is as we know clearly not the case. And yeah, for a faction that's starving for something that's here's a value piece. I think Old T at 4 I think is a good value piece. I would say Old T is probably like a 4.5 point ship. So giving Scum a little love is like, all right, here we go. Like you can get a solid ship at 4 points. Because right now it's really just Dirge that's seeing the table at 4 points.
How much loadout does Old T have right now?
I don't think it's a whole lot. I don't think it's a whole lot. Let me take a quick peek. Well, I think the other point is like I don't even know how many slots a Fang fighter gets. So taking a quick peek.
I have
Fang fighter. Old T has 10 points of loadout.
So you do Fearless, Beskar, gives you 4 points left over. Crack shot. That's
Yeah.
probably what people do.
I don't think. Yeah. I don't think that's breaking.
So then you probably make him 4 points with 6 loadouts. So he can also take best card Fearless.
Or you could do optics. I mean, you've got some choices there, but I think 4 points and 6, or maybe even 7, if you wanted to like give it the Sabine Ren loadout for the RZ1. I don't think that's. Yeah, I don't think OT is gonna break the meta at 4 points with that.
I'm inclined, because the builder isn't ready yet, to just send Andre one more updated sheet. I think I might do that if I have the time.
So, looking at the board right now, Joel's already picked up 3 crates.
Yeah,
so as you mentioned earlier, this is the path to victory for Joel. If you can maximize those crates, and I don't even think Sabine's going to get looked at the whole game. If Joel wants to keep Sabine over there in the upper right hand side of the board.
Here we go. Duchess. Claim. I still disagree that old Terok's ability is irrelevant. At the start of the engagement phase, you may choose one enemy ship at range 1. If you do and you are in its front arc, it removes all of its green tokens. So you have to be in its front arc. It has to be looking at you. So they could be chasing you and have you range 1 and you remove all their green tokens.
Well, it looks like Soontier is going to attempt to gun down Captain Rex.
I don't think Old T should have. Sorry, as you're doing commentary and my brain is going all over the place. I don't think Old T should keep his loadout if he goes down to 4 points. Like, I don't think he should have crack shot as well. Be able to take crack shot as well as Beskar and Fearless.
And it does look like Hair is just inside of range 2 to Rex to be able to toss that token. No damage coming to Captain Rex. Oh, wow. Natty evades. Living the best Sunny Bounder life. To range 3 into Magva. Which is going to knock the crate off.
You can't see dice, you're right. Yeah, I apologize for that. That's on me. The road dice were in there for the longest time, so I had to turn it off. Didn't turn it back on. Is there a dice cam? Nick's asleep at the wheel. I am. Okay, so how much damage did Magva just take there?
It was just a shield.
Just a shield, but loses the crate because it's a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Thank you. My apologies, everybody, for that. The dice cam should stay on until they forget to remove their dice again.
All right, so Magva will get the return shot into countdown. Grabbing the focus from Hera.
You need to remove your
Taking,
book thing.
Yep, taking the stress to just take one. Yeah, countdown's such a solid piece. If you don't have multiple shots, it's countdown will be out there for a long time.
So it was interesting conversation I was having with in the Tauntaun Discord. And Andrew Oler was pretty adamant, as I'm just tallying up 2-2 after this round here for both players in terms of scenario points, heading into round 2. And Oler was pretty adamant about Tomax, SL Tomax being worth and still playable at 4, which was always interesting. Just remembering back to our conversation we had the other night, or I guess last night, or morning for us.
I mean, it's definitely one of those things where... Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely one of those things where, like, I feel, 3-point, Tomax is certainly feels like in most Imperialists is almost an auto-include. So, using past, past waves has been one of those things where it's just like, well, if it was not included before, we need to tweak it somehow. And I think it's, I could see standard loadout Tomax staying at 3 points, or getting bumped up to 4 and finding value in it. Mm-hmm. And I think it's also like one of those things where, seeing as to like what else gets tweaked in Empire. But I can think of, I know, like in First Order that we talked about this the other days. When Malaris is like another example of a 3-point ship that, obviously you have a little bit more control because you not a standard loadout. But I think when it was, when Malaris could take both a talent and a missile, that was, more challenging. And when they just like, nope, you don't get the talent anymore, that you can only take the missile, that I think Malaris is still very good. But I wouldn't consider Malaris a 4-point ship with the current loadout that she's got. So, but
would you ever take Malaris if she could take more toys at 4 points, or do you just never look at Malaris if Malaris had 2.5 times the loadout, but for 1 more squad point?
I think the hard part is that looking at some of the the TIE SFs. At 4 points, I would probably take a TIE SF at 4 points before I would take Malaris, just because it is one of those things where, as we all know, like three agility ships can pop when, even with Malaris's ability, whereas you're not going to one-shot a TIE SF, and I think it's also one of those things where Malaris isn't doing a whole lot of damage, and the utility is great with even with the Mac Pulse. And I feel like Malaris has always been more of a support piece than the thing that's actually bringing home a W for the First Order.
Andre, my friend, my New Zealand friend, is pretty adamant that Battle of Yavin Luke should be 6 points. How do you feel about that?
That's always been the thing. Is I feel like Vader has always been 1 more point than Luke, whether it's been custom or a standard loadout. So if you're pushing Luke up to 6, then I would probably say that Vader should head up to 7.
All the Vaders should be 7. Yeah, that's fair.
So
that's very reasonable.
So if Vader moves, like I don't have a problem with Luke moving, but Vader is better than Luke.
Yep. Was Vader 20% better than Luke? Oh, Vader can't get his shields back. Not to say he should, but
I mean, you're not wrong, but Luke can't take extra actions. Like Luke doesn't move at I6.
And then is Vader's ability to hit crit or have that crit conversion versus a Pro Torp that offers the same thing for an extra die, but only 2 times in a game can you use it. However, it's also a range controlled attack. It's an interesting conversation. You know, I'm not inclined to move Luke up to 6. Again, I'm not trying to get too crazy. Everyone, people whisper in my ear like, I want this, give somebody this. The people that have been asking me to add slots to things like this needs a crew slot, I think a little too much too fast for what I'm trying to do.
I think that's the fun of it. It's like when you're getting into test things, you get to see. It's like, well, is this too strong or is it not strong enough? And I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's have some fun. Is he really 5 points? I mean, I know it's hard, man. I think custom Luke will get played more now. Although custom Luke has like 18 loadout. I gave him 18 loadout, 5 points, which boy, oh no.
No.
Keo just hits the rock here. And gold die for the win here. Can we avoid taking a second damage? No.
No, we cannot.
Sorry, one sec.
And the vaunted ace Valen Rudor is going to have a range 1 shot into Keo with just the force. Yeah, definitely like that move with Hera there. Getting in the way of Suntir. Hera picking up the box. Let's see what Suntir dialed in. We got a 4 straight. Yeah, Joel's always been amazing at setting up those bumps.
Yep, Suntir can take a shot at AP5. AP5 has no tokens. Behera's going to take the range 0 first. For just 1.
That crit flash for a second. Got the squiggle. All right.
I think it's probably difficult for prior official playtesters with NDAs. I was a playtester for FFG. The ADAs, the LATs, the Tri-Fighters, the fire sprays, CIS fire spray. That's what I tested.
All right, so Suntir range 2 and AP5. It's the reroll for 2 hits and a crit.
All right, so a crit under the shield. Are we sharing a token? Oh, no, you can't. Oh, we're Jin Ursoing. Yep, so it takes a
nice,
shield.
nice. Yeah. Yeah, Jin and Hera They definitely synergize so well.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to focus fire in AP5 here. Up, going after the U-wing. Lands hit crit. Up, the return of the double evades.
Something about you and I doing commentary together in double evades.
I mean, this is the way.
Yeah. It's a pretty juicy range 1 shot there from Countdown.
Three hits.
AP5 down to 1.
Down to 1.
I forget those things have... The attack shuttle is 3 hull. This is 4. The Phantom is 4.
Correct.
You catch range 1 on Duchess here. Striker's very scary taking these shots from Magva, Yarrow, and hit crit.
Rolls a hit crit.
And there's the blank out and loses the crate. No Jinner swing here for you.
And the crit is stun pilot.
Don't be bad at the game, as Matt Corser used to say. Next up is who are we looking at here? This is
So looks like Sabine's going into countdown
for 1.
Joins the focus for 1.
Countdown is fine. Have we started shooting at Keo yet on the right side? I don't think so. Night Beast and Valen. Uh-oh. Be very low. Yeah, crack shot on Valen Rudor. I think this might be it for Keo Venzi. Gonna need some miracle dice. That's 2. Keo.
Nope, not gonna do it.
And get cracked and dies. It's a big 3 points.
Or is it just 1? Looks like it's just 1.
I have crack shot as Valen. Did we? Yeah, Valen Rudor. Did he
Apparently
just not
didn't
do
crack
it?
shot.
What?
Maybe they forgot.
It's always so wild to think
Not
about
gonna-
forgetting crack shot. I always get so excited when I can use it. But yeah, he just totally doesn't do it. Forgets. Maybe he just didn't think he needed to. Is it possible he was being?
Or with saving it because it had one more shot into Keo, and I think Keo died now to
Saved
Night
it.
Beast. Finish the job. So 3 points for the Imperials. So, and then it looks like it's gonna be 1 more in the countdown. So the slow bleed. Keo comes off. And crates, I think it's 3. 3 for Joel, 1 for Mark. And score 6-5. Got a close match.
Could have been saving to push the damage on Magva. Yeah, I think just if there's somehow a world where like Keo ends up living there, you feel pretty chump. You feel a little bit like a chump for not using it for saving crack shot, but he felt confident enough in his single modded shot with Night Beast. But you're shooting at a 3 agility A-wing, right? And you're not going to be able to chase Keo the following turn. So that was the time. It worked out. But if it didn't, it's just like, well, then why didn't you use crack shot? You know, use it while you got it.
Nope. We're definitely one accord on that because, yeah, it's one of those things where, I mean, A-wings natty out from time to time. And, like, if you're rolling 3 dice against 3 dice when you're single modded, that's still a little bit of nervousness on that. So I hear you. Take the kill when you can get it. Imagine this is probably going to be the last turn that we're going to see AP5 still alive on the table.
Yep, which is another 3 points that Mark can grab. Remind me to turn the dice cam off if I forget, everyone. There is dice staying in the dice box. That's right. They can go backwards. That's a good point. The reverse maneuver, very rare in standard. What other ship can do the reverse in standard besides the Phantom? The resistance transport.
Yep.
And is that it?
I think that's it.
Space tug is extended. The quad jumper.
Yeah. I missed the days of the quad jumper.
They have a 2 reverse.
Yes, they do.
We had
this
this
2 reverse
final
and the 1
game.
big.
I'll never forget an epic final game of when we were still doing our Legacy League when 2.5 was kind of starting barely, and this like the last round, like setting up this kill box. Like basically, one of the players, the Imperial player, had the game set up. He set up this kill box to be able to get the kill on this quad jumper. And the quad jumper pulls a 2 reverse and hops over and behind the ship that tried to kill box him and kills the ship, and he wins the game and it is like the champion of the league. Incredible. I remember Tyler Giebel, Teddy Roosevelt, he was the co-commentary with me, and we were freaking out. It was amazing.
Yeah, the shenanigans that a quad jumper can pull this is pretty spectacular. Pretty spectacular. So I think for Joel right now, I mean, I kind of want to see him be aggressive with his U-wing and turn in towards the TIE fighters. Because if he can knock that last crate off, it's going to put him in a pretty decent position, I think. Well, let's see if he just wants to go hard on the objective game, but
yeah.
All right, so Joel lands first player.
Sincere will not be sensitiving. He is trust.
Yeah, we've got a bomb drop coming.
Here we go. Dropping those bombs. Red shop pivot. Ooh, what's a red shop? Do they have good wares there? Could I purchase something quite exquisite at the red shop? I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. I'm just gonna giving you a hard time, as they say in the industry. And Nightbeast doing the patented Nightbeast special, doing the blue maneuver, focusing with the ability, and then taking an evade. Turtling up there with that crate.
Yep, we've got a pivot wing sighting.
My iPad loves to autocorrect. But the thing is, like, stop is also a word, so it's weird that it autocorrected to a different word. I think you just put it in wrong. Sabine, getting in there. Take a focus.
I think this round is looking like it's going to be pretty bloody. Yeah, it looks like the bump's into Magva. The bomb doesn't hit anybody. So Hera range 0 into Soontir. For
This is
one.
like Groundhog's Day.
You're not wrong.
How did Hera end up in the...
Oh, has to spend the focus.
Ooh.
Or, oh, nope. Using one of the
charge.
abilities. Yeah. Using the charge.
Using the charge. Using the force charge. Okay, range 1, trying to knock off a crate, or just get a kill on Captain Rex. The 4 dice from Soontir. 2 rerolls, though.
Not with Magva.
Oh, Magma is in range, so Soontir can only reroll 1 die with Apex. He is rerolling both. Why? Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Either way, there goes Rex. Oh, no. This game is going the way I thought it would. Oh, no. Poor Rex. 3 more points.
And drops the crate.
Let me read Magva. Come on. The attacker cannot reroll more than 1 attack die. Yeah. He rerolled too many attack dice. I don't get it, though. I'm confused because they checked range for Magva and then he still rerolled too many dice? Or am I missing something?
You're not. Hit crit at AP5.
That's enough. See you later, my sassy droid friend. And it's 12-5. Rex wasn't range 2 of Magva. Oh, I see. It's not the attacker, it's the defender, I guess, has to be range 2 of Magva.
Okay.
Makes more sense.
All right, so Joel very much needs to take Duchess off here. That's a good start for it. Takes hit crit.
Happy Father's Nick, I'm sure you've got 1 or 2 rogue ones out there. Jeez, Sherman, that was pretty good. The snowball has started. I know. How could it have happened? How could this have happened? Happy Father's Day to you and everybody watching. Celebrate fathers. Okay. And how much is Magva taken now? A shield. Ooh, not great. Just 1. And tyranny of 1 agility, my goodness. Not even usually 1 agility, but this time, with the pivot wing, is.
Duchess is 4 hull, correct?
Yes.
So Duchess should be off now.
Duchess was killed. Yes, correct. So into the hole on Magva. So Joel, wow, Joel's up to 10. He hasn't tallied the points yet.
And Duchess hasn't been taken off the table as of yet. I think they're just catching it now.
Yep.
There we go. And then crates. It's
Wow, 12-13. Oh my god. Well, Magva's out there, 5 points, 4 hole left. So imagine Soontir's probably going to try to get to Magva here. Not really sure where Magva can go. Now, if you're a countdown, I think you just go after that crate because you have your ability, so you're not worried about losing it. So like 3 bank, grab the crate, and then just do a 1 sloop next turn, probably.
So I think with Magva, I think the 1 bank to the left fits. You could pick up a crate that way, and then you don't have to worry about Soontir coming into.
The 1 bank to the left fits, the right does not.
Yeah. And then, because countdown is on what 2 hull left. So then maybe doing a rotating the arc.
Oh, it's a structural damage. Magva took a crit face up.
So maybe rotating the arc on Hera, so that you can have a shot from both.
Hera's stressed. Can you rotate the arc as an action?
Oh no, that's right. No, Hera is stressed. Nope, you are correct on that.
How do you think they should have been able to should have been able added to their action bar to be able to do like a perform action step rotate? Is it that bad to be able to do that?
I thought about that before. No, I think it's one of those things where theoretically is that the aim is that after you do your blue maneuver that you wouldn't be stressed, but I guess at this point in time it's like I don't think there's gonna be an errata for that. But I think for the most part, you're usually able to get the systems rotate. I think most of the time, and I think in this matchup, it's been. I mean, Hera has really kind of served as a limiting the amount of space that Soontir has. So I think that's a little bit unique, but it's been fun to see the two of them kind of a dance on the table, because that would be that would certainly be a dogfight that I would love to see on the screen is Hera against Soontir, because Hera's the best.
Just issue to me in 3-1-2 Rata. You better tell them sort of which all turret rotations were just system phase, just let it be free if you aren't stressed.
Yeah, so I guess it's with Hera stressed, I would probably do 2 turn to the right. And then probably a similar thing with Sabine, so that they're chasing down Countdown. Because I think if Joel can take Countdown off the table, I think he's got a good chance at this. Obviously, that structural damage on Magva hurts a bit.
I mean, how do you take Countdown off the table if Countdown has Countdown things? Also, these cluster mines, do you drop them now? Does that hit Hera?
Oh, I would definitely drop them.
Yeah,
well, I don't know necessarily if it's going to drop Hera, but it would hit Sabine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm not even remotely close to ending Hera. I'm not sure why I thought it would be even close.
But put Sabine in a bad spot.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do, for those that have been tracking our community points that we made for 3-1-2, and whoever wants to practice on them, going to do one more tweak tonight.
So there's the one bank for Magva.
I'll let y'all know when it's
Gets rid of the stress. Claims the crate. All right, moment of truth. Does Sabine live? Oh no.
Yikes. Definitely doesn't.
That's 2 more points.
And has to, I guess, hit every single one. Isn't it 2 dice per? So it would have rolled 6 dice, right?
Missed the one on the left.
Oh, okay. I don't even see it. Oh, it's still there. It's just under the cloud. Either way, rolled enough to die. Yep. There's the not banking, but doing a hard turn and just grab the crate. Pretty much seals the deal here. It looks like Mark is getting close, knocking on the door to becoming this season's XVT champion, but not over yet. Hera can't even rotate, so not even able to shoot anybody, which is kind of a bummer.
Because I think at this point in time, Countdown's just going to zoom off into...
Yeah, just run away. So once this game ends, everybody, we're doing that scenario die giveaway. I have Nightbot pulled up, so I was going to do it in between rounds, but we've just been talking about all this fun stuff. What's XVT? Well, you've been living under a rock. XVT's been around for a long time. Have you ever played in any of these, Steven?
I have. A couple of them. Yeah, super fun.
Yeah.
I mean, keeps it light and competitive all at the same time.
Yeah, Tommy, good host.
So drops
Another
the
box
crate.
dropped. Ugh.
Looks like panicked.
I think so. Yeah, it was repaired. So
we got a range 2 shot. No damage there.
And at this point, don't you just concede?
Because I don't.
It's 19-12. There's literally nothing you can do to prevent Mark from scoring at least one more point. 19.
Because trying to see him. Soontir's at full. The TIE fighters are both at full. The countdown. Yeah, nothing's gonna even be able to look at countdown.
Damage. Hera facing the wrong way. Magva's double stressed. I think I've seen enough. I do have a podcast recording to get to. So they're setting their dials for the last turn. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but like it's the final match. I just concede. If I'm Joel, I just don't. Unless there's like some sort of thing to be gained just in terms of rankings or prizes to just like score one more point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or lose more points because Magva is 3 hole with structural.
Well, I would say there's always an honor to finish things out.
Yeah, but when it's late, I don't see the. I'm playing devil's advocate and devil's pessimist, but I don't see the point. When it's like it's late, it's the last game. There's nothing else after it, unless it's just purely for like just your own ranks and points. I get it. Joel just doesn't know how to quit. Yeah, probably. So yeah, we're just gonna go through the motions here. Fly away. Cool. Right on. Hera will have a shot at Valen Rudor, who has a focus. It'll be obstructed, I think, range 3. Soontir will have a shot if he boosts.
I
mean, why not? I think he's checking to see if it fits. Just try it, right?
Soontir's 5 points, yeah?
Soontir's 5. It doesn't fit.
Yeah, so even if you were to lose Soontir, then yeah.
And he has that force charge, so Hera shoots at him down to a rock. He's not going to take any damage.
The boost did not fit.
It did not. So Hera, this is the only shot here, or Valen will have a shot as well, but range 3 obstructed. And nothing. Valen Rudor, final shot of the game here. Maybe you can get some points by killing Magva here. Range 1. 3-on-1. There's a full string. Hit, crit. Spend that Foki. And Magva hit crit.
So if the crit is a direct, that'll be a dead U-wing.
There it is.
There it is.
GG's. So if Joel conceded, he would have lost less points. I'm just kidding. All right, the final score, 20. Hera had a box or no? No, she did not.
No box, nope.
24, 5, 6, 7, 27 to 13. I, for one, frankly, am shocked.